Today we are talking about a product from Central America that has become popular and even a staple in a number of countries around the world. The reason is that sweet potatoes are not affected by the Colorado potato beetle. They are unpretentious in cultivation and have good nutritional properties. At the same time, on the shelves of our large stores, we can also meet these curious tubers. It is interesting. What is the health benefits of yams and how it can be consumed? About it in our material. What is yams? The yam is a perennial herbaceous plant. This grass, or rather liana, has creeping stems that reach a length of 1 meter. At the end of the rhizomes in the ground, smooth tubers are formed, but unlike potatoes, their weight can reach 3 kilograms. Batata is called sweet potato purely for its external resemblance. In fact, it belongs to the tuber family, not the nightshade family like potatoes or tomatoes. The color of yam flesh varies from white to orange, depending on the variety. The sweetest varieties have yellow-colored flesh. On the territory of Indonesia, India and China, yams are grown in huge quantities. Up to 100 million tons of these tubers are grown annually in the world. Shelf life is an additional plus of the yam, to the fact that it is not fastidious, surprisingly. Sweet potatoes can be stored for up to 2 years, while ordinary potatoes spoil after 6 months. Rather than a potato, yam can be compared not to a potato, but to a carrot or pumpkin. More precisely, it has something from all three of these vegetables. Nutritional value of yams per 100 grams. Batata does not contain fat, up to 0.3% in 100 grams. At the same time, it has a decent amount of protein amino acids for a vegetable minus 186 grams. But the main advantage of sweet potatoes is the high content of carbohydrates to 21.3 grams. Carbohydrates of the vegetable are starch and sucrose, and the advantage belongs just to sucrose. The more sucrose, the sweeter the tuber. It all depends on the variety of yams. At the same time, the calorie content of sweet potatoes is small, 105 kcal, 100 grams of the product. In addition, yams are a good source of valuable dietary fiber or fiber. It improves digestion and removes toxins from the body. Vitamins of yams. So, the main vitamin of yams is provitamin or retinol. Its content reaches 2 times the daily human requirement. 2006 mcg rate. This is more than in pumpkin, but less than in carrots. By the amount of this vitamin, yams take the second place among the products. First of all, vitamin A is an antioxidant. It protects the cells of the body from destructive changes. Such changes over time lead to the appearance of cancer cells from what were once healthy cells. Consequently, retinol protects us from cancer even at the distant approaches. It also affects protein digestion, thyroid function and good eyesight, the working condition of protective mucous membranes, skin and hair health. An excellent article about vitamin A can be found here. Another important vitamin that is concentrated in yams is vitamin C at 37% of the RDA. It is, also, as strong an antioxidant as vitamin A. Ascorbic acid affects our immune system and bone strength. Vitamin C gives the skin elasticity and smoothness, and blood vessels elasticity. The third known antioxidant vitamin, vitamin E, is also present in sweet potatoes, but in an amount of up to 2.8%. Of the B vitamins, B6 and B2 with folic acid stand out. Thus, this vegetable is characterized by the rare presence of 3 major antioxidant vitamins, A, C and E. Not for nothing, the sweet potato resembles a carrot in some ways. That is, in yams there is a unique ratio of vitamins that affect its beneficial properties. Chemical composition of yams. Yams are most rich in potassium, in the amount of 10% of the daily norm. From this mineral depends on the work of muscles, including the nutrition of the heart. It is involved in the transmission of nerve impulses. Sufficient potassium prevents edema and preserves calcium in bone tissue, regulating the acid-base balance. Slightly less in yams, iron 5.9% and phosphorus, but calcium and magnesium in it is approximately equal amount. It should be taken into account that potassium, iron, magnesium and calcium are alkaline minerals. As for the trace elements of sweet potatoes, 3 should be mentioned. Among them, copper, manganese and zinc, which have the main influence on the healing qualities of the tubers. Copper is a very valuable trace element and even in small amounts is able to have a strong healing effect on our body. For example, it is copper that helps the proper assimilation of iron for the formation of hemoglobin, and calcium for bone mineralization. It is also involved in immune processes and the production of healthy blood. What are the health benefits of yams? So, the benefits of yams for the human body are manifested in the following dietary and therapeutic properties. Circulatory system. The yam is a suitable product for arteriosclerosis. There are 3 main reasons why yams are good for the health of our blood vessels. First, the high content of the antioxidant vascular wall protector provitamin A, which can still lower cholesterol. Second, low in sodium and high in potassium. Third, the absence of saturated fats, the main enemy of our circulatory system. They are the main cause of high levels of dangerous cholesterol in the blood. Consequently, eating yams is an effective prevention of the most common causes of death today, namely, strokes and heart attacks. Yams for weight loss. Strange as it may seem, but the consumption of starch-rich and calorie-rich yams contributes to weight loss. This product has a valuable property that makes it extremely useful in case of obesity. It gives a prolonged feeling of satiety. For example, 100 grams of yams, which contain only 105 kilocalories, can satisfy the feeling of hunger for several hours. Thus, sweet potatoes help obese patients to reduce their intake of extra calories by making the stomach feel full and reducing appetite. However, it is important to consume yams in controlled doses and not to exceed the daily calorie allowance. Sweet potatoes are a source of energy. Also, yams are recommended when there is an increased need for energy. That is, all those who are involved in intense physical activity. Sweet potatoes will be useful for athletes, as well as for patients recovering from a debilitating illness. In these cases, yams can be eaten as a main course for dinner 2 to 3 times a week. Properties of yams of interest to men. For men, yams will be interesting for their ability to increase libido. This property of the tubers is referred to by Thomas Muffet in his book Improving Health. However, this benefit of yams for men is not exhausted because of the enormous content of vitamin A. The vegetable strongly affects the work of the male reproductive system. In particular, it significantly increases the quality of sperm and improves erections. Although the yam itself is not so rich in proteins, but it has nutrients that greatly facilitate their assimilation from food. Because of this, it is recommended to be consumed by men to fill the need for protein during training. Benefits of yams for women. Tubers, because of the content of alkaline elements, have rejuvenating properties. Dr. George Pamplona Roger, MD, presents yams as a food for a healthy metabolism, and a healthy metabolism is known to be reflected in the face, with its group of vitamins, along with vitamin C. Yams fight the formation of wrinkles, coarsening of the skin, the appearance of acne. At the same time, the vitamin and mineral complex of sweet potatoes strengthens hair follicles and gives hair lushness and healthy shine. In a word, yams, a good product to preserve the beauty and youth of women. How to eat yams? Undoubtedly, yams are best eaten raw, so it will retain the maximum amount of nutrients. To do this, wash the tubers. Remove the skin with a knife or vegetable peeler, cut into slices. This vegetable is relatively well digested in fresh form, however. It should be chewed well to mix with saliva. So, we have considered what is so useful yams for human health and discovered a lot of valuable properties of this fruit. Nevertheless, yams should not form the basis of the food diet. It is best to consume tubers in combination with nuts, oil-containing and legumes. The most common way to cook yams is to bake them in the oven. It can also be baked over charcoal and even whole, without removing the skin. Baked or boiled yams can be mashed with almond milk. There is no need to add sugar to this puree, as the vegetable is sweet in itself, especially the yellow varieties. This property of yams is used to prepare delicious jams and sweets. Recipe for a healthy salad with yams. In conclusion, we offer you a recipe for yam salad. For this you will need a yam tuber, 1 large cucumber, a celery root. These 3 ingredients we cut into cubes, and after pour the sauce from sunflower seeds. For this purpose, you need to soak 40 dsp. spoons of clean sunflower seeds for 2 hours, or better yet, sprout them in advance. So, for the sauce we use 100 grams of water and prepared seeds. They are placed in the bowl of a blender. Then, add there the juice of half a lemon, a little salt, pepper black and half a teaspoon of mustard. Then, twist everything well into a sauce. We add to our cubes and stir until homogeneous. Now a healthy fresh yam salad is ready.